So here it is, one of the happiest days in the land of football. Clubs appearing for the first time at the start of a new campaign to reveal their secrets from pre-season. New faces, new tactics, new approaches, but the same old game. We're all in love with football again. And few venues rise to an occasion quite like this one. It is, of course, the world-famous Old Trafford. So here is the big moment, and with us for it again, Jim Beglin.
Well, Peter, world-class managers and players wherever you look, and the style that makes it the world's most exciting league. It's hard for really good innovation in the game these days, and yet we have it in abundance in this league.
And we're underway.
Well, one result is not going to decide the outcome of the season, Peter, but whichever team is fitter and better drilled has a huge advantage at this point.
Messi. That's been cut out, well played. Tony Adams. Now there is a proper defender, Jim.
Well, not too many Englishmen can rival his leadership qualities, Peter.
He just had so many strengths. You could go on all day about him, couldn't you?
Well, the epitome of solidity, thanks to his winning mentality and ability to organise a back four. You don't argue with Tony Adams. You do what you're told.
Beckham. Wilshere. Mbappe. And it's Lewandowski. Partey did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Havertz. Beckham. That's a good run down the left. Mbappe. Arsenal applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course the returns can be terrific. He has found the way through. Partey fiddles it through, spread neatly. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. There's the header! Tries to get it clear. And now they can spring out of defence. Costa Curta. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. To Beckham. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Hernandez. And Adams. Marquinhos. Rice. Neymar. Wilshere. Neymar. And it's Neymar. And we've reached half-time. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. So your views on the first half?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
So, for the first time this season, it's half-time. Manchester United head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Costa Curta wins the duel this time. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rice. Odegaard. Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Now it's Havertz. Hits one! In for the pieces! He has done it! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
After 61 minutes is number 7, Bukayo Saka. The attendance for this
Arsenal
match was
have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, experienced voices need to be heard now, along with good purpose and urgency, and they can get right back into this.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, super tackle. They were outnumbered and under the cosh. That had to be spot on, and it was.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Lewis Skelly. So Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
Hernandez.
There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
And it's Neymar. Half an hour gone in the second half. And here's Lewandowski.
Manchester United really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have...
He's having a hit! Should have equalised.
I think he rushed that. He had a bit more time than he realised. He could so easily have equalised there.
Now it's Havertz. That's a nicely measured pass. And he's onside. Decent hit! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench.
Substitution in progress.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Saka! Goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Number 11, Gabriel Martinelli.
Arsenal are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Well-timed, excellent interception. And that's another good win of the ball. Martinelli.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Now it's Martinelli. And that will be it. Manchester United have been left with plenty to think about. This was meant to be a statement start for them, but by any standard, it was simply not good enough.
This is a
What are
hard
your
one
thoughts
to
on today's
take,
game then,
but
Chip?
we'll be
Well,
back
Peter, while it's
stronger,
far from
won't
ideal,
we?
it's a result that made...
So what a sight this is. Another edition of this proud competition, just seemingly bigger and better still. Faces, of course, have come and gone, but some things never change. Those first day feelings, new hopes, new expectations, and the belief that maybe, just maybe, this time it will be your turn. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Vitinha. Can he finish? And that is wildly off target. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, this guy, McAllister, is someone I see as the linchpin in this side. He's a playmaker who loves that little left-sided channel to release people further up the pitch. But I also like to see him play centrally at times. I think he's just very, very good in the number 10 position, and he's got a great understanding of that role.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Pinches it off him. A corner it is then. And we have our very first corner. Gomez gets it away. Argentina are looking to go forward now. That's really well cleared. Vitinha. Either side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Tagliafico is there to clear. And it's Ruben Neves. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Christian chance! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Cristiano Ronaldo deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs.
Vitinha! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Shade too heavy, keeper can pick that up. Ball is over the line. Otamendi. Ruben Dias gets over and intercepts. Played back in. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And he can clear it away. And they've switched it over to the other side. There's the crossfield ball. Otamendi. Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, that's a key interception. Perez.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Martinez. Otamendi. Gomez. He's played him through. No, that's been intercepted. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, perhaps not full of thrills and spills, but a game which has been of a very high level, certainly defensively, as both teams walk off unscathed. A tight affair, 0-0 at the break. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And the game has already resumed here.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a...
Oh, he's been caught on it here. He's got a side of goal. And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Certainly made himself a big nuisance in applying the pressure to force the error.
Gomez absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Bit too much weight on the pass. Deftly away. Played back to the goalkeeper.
Gomez are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
649.
Nelson Semedo is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, nicely intercepted. And they've got rid. Diogo Costa deals with it effortlessly. Bruno Fernandes! Bruno Fernandes! Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Oh, that's fabulous. Now it's Messi. And he was quick to react. Well, there's the clearance.
Well played and well cleared.
And he's quick to snatch it back. It's Maradona! And that's caused a worry or two.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Could have been dangerous, but it came to nothing.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down and...
Maradona! And now they can clear their lines. Vitinha. Now it's Bruno Fernandes. Taken back almost at once. Gomez. Paredes.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
There will be 1 minute added time.
So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, the scoreline may have a disappointing look about it, Peter, but that's where it ends. I think this game has had a real lively feel, and I'm not ready to give up on it yet.
Gate. Kindly remove it, as
So
it is
a
about
short
to be
respite
towed
for the
away.
players as they prepare themselves for another 30 minutes.
Substitution for Argentina, number 17, Alejandro Gomez.
90 minutes gone
Number 10,
and nothing between them
Messi.
still.
Coming on the field, number 7.
Well, yet another
Rodrigo
interception
de Paul.
and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Di Maria.
He's ended up in no
Substitutions
man's
taking
land.
place.
And he's managed to get shot at goal! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
De Paul. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he thumps it clear. McAllister, can he latch on to this? He's got away. De Paul skims one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And
We've reached the midway point in extra time.
The area around the stadium is strictly forbidden.
Well, it is starting to feel as though there is an inevitability about penalties here. You'd like to think that both teams still want to win it in the final 15 minutes. The question is, can the players go that far? Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? It's been cagey for this long. Will the last 15 minutes be any different? Bruno Fernandes! De Paul getting this one clear. McAllister clears. And he's only too happy to take that back. It's Maradona! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Oh, played right into his path.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
And that's it, nothing to separate them. It is penalties.
Both sets of players have run themselves into the ground here, Peter. And as extra times go, I think I'll remember this for a while.
Please look at the screen.
So it comes down to this, a final rallying cry, and then kicks from the spot. McAllister first in line. 1-0.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times. Never looked like missing.
Cristiano Ronaldo is the next to run the gauntlet.
Yeah, good pen that. Always a little more pressure when you're trailing, but it didn't show.
Maradona is the man who's second in line. Terrific penalty, no keeper's getting near that.
How confident was that? Backed himself all the way.
Bruno Fernandes is a picture of calm despite the moment.
I thought he handled the pressure really well there. His focus cut right through it.
And stepping up, the skipper. Saved! Keeper's done brilliantly.
Well, he had a little look at the goalkeeper, and maybe that put him off.
Ruben Neves is third in line. Good penalty, just steered it the other way.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he guessed wrong.
Argentina from one behind. And the keeper's come up trumps.
Well, he felt the goalkeeper outstared him there, which gave him the edge.
Martinez obliged to stop this to keep them alive. And there it is, the decisive kick. Argentina fall short in the lottery that is the penalty shootout. As cruel as that is, the two sides had been inseparable after 2 hours of action.
Just a quick announcement.
Commiserations, the definition of penalty heartbreak, and part of the game that we've